Hello, Carrots here. Welcome to episode 17 of Generation 1 of the Perfect Genetics Challenge. Here is Don. His TV broke and he's decided to take the time to fix it because he thinks he needs to take a bit of a break from toddler duties and watch a bit of TV, or maybe even play a video game. I've been missing for a while. Firstly, I was sick with a cold, and then I had a change of direction with the story of Oscar and Louise when I decided to do details of Oscar's childhood. It took me 2 weeks, which is longer than expected, to set up the things I needed to set up to be able to play forward with that story. I think I'm back on track now with everything. This is the first episode I've done of Perfect Genetics for quite a while. But I will continue with the series because I'm excited to get all the way through to Generation 10, which is my goal. There's quite a few things happening in this episode. It's going to be a bit busy. So here is Don taking a break. He's the chief babysitter in this household because whenever Olivia has another baby, she goes back to work immediately. Don stays home as their main carer, which is a bit sad because Don needs to go to work to get to the top of his career. And when he gets to the top of his career, which is the culinary career, he will have achieved his lifetime wish. But it's good because Olivia dislikes children. She gets a negative moodlet whenever she's with her children. But apart from that, she's a very good mother and seems to enjoy taking care of them. Here we have Don doing a little bit of gardening. He's cleaning up all the dead plants. As you may recall, we have our heir, Cindy. So we don't need to have any more babies. That's Owen sitting closest to the camera, and in the cot sleeping is little Petal, the plant sim toddler. All of the toddlers complete their toddler skills of walk, talk, potty train, peg box and xylophone, and also read all of the toddler skill books. And once they've completed all of their toddler skills and they've read all their toddler skill books, they will do a little bit of time in the playpens or the walker where they might learn some handiness, charisma or logic skill, and then they get aged up. Olivia and Don are a very loving couple and enjoy each other's company. I've noticed that Don has a wish to have another child. They don't need another baby, but Don wants one. I wonder if Olivia will be happy to have another child because he wants another child, because she dislikes children. Seems like she does plan to have another one with him because she's pregnant. Now, I wonder if we will get another one who could be the heir. If we do, well then, we'll have to pick which one we're going to actually make the heir. But at this point, it's still little Cindy. So Petal's awake, and Olivia's gone out to cook them a meal. Don is an excellent father and takes excellent care of all of their toddlers. They're not babies for long because we age them up to toddler straight away so we can see if they're an heir or not. Except, of course, little Petal could never have been the heir. A little later, it's time for Gary to age up. He's learned all he can learn as a toddler, and it's about time he became a child. So this is Gary's birthday, and he is the eldest and the first one to age up to child. And there he goes. Given the opportunity to choose, I chose the eccentric trait for him to add to his traits of loves the outdoors and athletic. We'll see how he turns out. I hope he's interesting as he grows up. It sounds as though the car's there for Olivia to go to work. Off she goes, while Don helps Gary celebrate his birthday. It's still winter and they've got lots of snowmen and igloos on their lot. I'm hoping we might get a winter gnome. We've got the summer gnome, and since we're going to be doing 10 generations, we might have some hope of getting a winter gnome at some point. As Gary sits to play with his imaginary friend doll for the first time since aging up to child, Don suddenly gets the urge to rush off to work, which I'm happy about because he needs to gain some experience at work, but I'm unhappy because I need to call a babysitter. I took Gary in to create a sim to give him his new wardrobe and hair. I'll just show you what I came up with. I won't show you the whole process. I tried lots of different hairs on him, looking for one that I could live with and also let us see all the different colours that he's inherited from his parents in his hair. He seems to have green and red and other colours in his hair. Maybe it's my imagination, but his skin does appear to be slightly greener now that he's a child. Since it's almost the end of winter and he's just turned to be a child, I thought he ought to build a snowman while he's got the chance. Back inside, it looks like Don is there playing with the toddlers after he's finished work for the day. He's in the culinary career and he wants to be a celebrated 5-star chef. I think he's still on level 1, so he just needs to spend more time at work. That's James and Owen playing in the playpen. It's good for them to become friends. So I usually put 2 toddlers in the playpen together and get them to play together so they become friends, and that way they'll get a higher charisma skill, because once they get to a certain point in charisma they need extra friends. So the more friends they've got, the more charisma they can get, and they learn charisma in the playpens. Little James will be aging up soon. He's inherited his blue skin from his mother. I've got to make a spouse for the heirs, and I think that I'll have to think up another skin colour because I want them to be really rainbow coloured Sims by the end of generation 10. The snowman that little Gary made when he went outside is that hockey player, which surprised me. I didn't think that a Sim would make a hockey player as their first snowman ever. There's lots of ghosts in this house, but we can't see any in this episode, but there is one haunting that vase of flowers. They've still got their gnome of the darned, so the ghosts are still around. Got some dried roses hanging there too, hanging from the ceiling. Here's Gary having dinner. It's getting late and he'll need to go to sleep soon. There's only one time. Oh, there's the ghost she's come out of. I didn't think that we were going to see ghosts. There it is. There's a problem for poor little Gary. He's grown up. He's a child. He doesn't sleep in a cot anymore. And he doesn't have a bed. And there's nowhere to put a bed for him. So we're going to have to expand the house just a little bit. Washing his dishes after he's eaten his dinner. There's the summer gnome. And now he's going to go and work on his childhood skills. As soon as he's got his cooking skill up to level 3 and he's completed his blocks skill, I'll get him to do a few other skills, and then once he has got to grade A at school, he'll age up to teen. I've got their aging set to maximum possible, but it will take years for me to get through this particular challenge if I let them age up by the game. So I'll let them age up until they've completed their skills for each age stage before I use the birthday cake. Now there's our little heir. She is awake. Little Cindy. I wonder how many potties we'll need when we get a nursery full of toddlers. There's 3 potties there and 2 rubbish bins. So Olivia is going to get little Cindy out of her cot. That's the school bus waiting to take Gary to school for the first time. They've definitely got the same coloured hair, Cindy and Olivia. And they've got the same coloured eyes, and that's all that's required for the heir to have. But Cindy's got her father's green skin. Maybe if the next baby is born with Olivia's hair, eyes and skin, that might be a reason to pick the next one. Although it would be more fun, I think, to have a baby or a toddler or an heir with a different coloured skin that's a blend of both parents. But we'll worry about that when the time comes to actually get the heir working as the main sim. They've arrived at school. Gary's thinking about learning about chemistry, and he's going to go into the school while some of the others have decided to sit down and do their homework. Looks like that child's a werewolf by the way she's walking. It is Moonlit Falls, so there's all sorts of occults in this town. Now where to add this extra room so Gary can have his own bedroom? Just tack it on to the end of the nursery. I don't have any grand plan for this house. It will just evolve in a higgledy-piggledy sort of fashion. So I've got a hallway, the bedroom and a bathroom, and I've used a little octagonal window in the bathroom. Got to change the decor of the nursery a little bit as well, because I don't want to lose that nice wall mural totally. There's going to be a door put through it. Might make it an archway. A double arch will be good for them to be able to get through easily when they're in a hurry to go to school or something. Trying to make it nice and bright, very colourful for them. I think that desk's going to have to move because we've got to have a doorway to get into that bathroom, or he won't ever be able to have a shower. It'll become a very smelly little sim. So there it is in the snow with that extra room out the back. I strongly suspect that that is going to change shape dramatically between now and the end of Generation 10. Here we go. Remember, Olivia got pregnant earlier in the episode. She doesn't need to be pregnant again. She's got her heir, but Don wanted another baby. So she has decided to go with it and just have one more, just for Don, because she doesn't like children. So Don's doing his usual gardening duties. I've got lots of extra custom content plants, so if you see some plants in the garden that you don't recognise, it's probably something from a mod that I've downloaded. I've got more plants now that I know what to do with. So that's the new look nursery. That's little Owen and James still playing peekaboo in the playpen. They must be good friends by now. I'm using lots of different coloured wallpapers just to make it bright, and it seems to work reasonably well. That doesn't look too bad. Although those balloons on the pink background could be a little bit not quite right, but anyway, they're not really covering much space. Everybody sounds to be quite happy at the moment, no screaming or crying toddlers. And I haven't played ahead since this episode, so I don't know what Olivia is going to have when she has that baby. I don't know if it'll be the heir, another heir, or if it will be male or female, or what it's going to be. We've got the heir, so it doesn't matter what she has. It would be nice if she had a little girl, though, because she's got 3 boys and 1 little girl plus a plant sim girl baby. They're learning their logic skill now with playing with the abacus. They do charisma. They learn charisma by playing with the mirror in the playpen. So here's the school, and it must be time for school to come out, and here comes Gary. Time to go home. Another werewolf walking towards the school. Get a peek inside the bus. There's Gary sitting in the bus. It's cold, his breath's all smoky. Pretty snow scene. Looks like Don's going to work again today. I guess that's one way Don could get to go to work every day. Just keep Olivia pregnant. She gets days off when she's pregnant. It frees him up to be allowed to go to work. But once the toddlers have all aged up to children, he won't have to stay home and take care of them anymore. Cindy's back to reading her toddler books. I will age them all up in order, so regardless of who gets their skills done first, the next one to age up will be James, and he won't age up until he has completed all of his mandatory toddler skills. And that's the snowman that Gary made when he first made his first snowman. The mandatory toddler skills are, of course, walk, talk, potty, peg box, and xylophone, plus read all 9 toddler skill books. And they're only mandatory because I decided they are. And the reason I make them mandatory is reading the skill books helps them when they get older. They jump into their lot of different skills at level 3 instead of having to work their way up from level 1. And also, if they've got enough of their mandatory skills, you get to choose their traits for them when they age up. And they get a new trait when they age up, of course. And for a child to let them age up and choose their traits, as they must have done cooking and blocks, plus be A grade at school. So we've got 4 toddlers at the moment, and another one on the way, and 1 child. Olivia looks comfortable, rocking in the chair in the corner, watching over her brood. So there's Gary doing his homework for the first time. It looks like Don's watching TV from the kitchen table. That used to be my favourite picture window there, seeing the roller coaster across the street. Now I've added the barbecue area. It's a slightly different view through that, and it's a door. You can see snowmen outside through that door now. Spring has arrived and everything's melting. There's a few of the gnomes gathering around the igloo. That's the name of the dant that purplish whitish blob floating in the air in front, with the summer gnome and some of the vampire gnomes flying. Looks like a mech gnome there as well. I think they found that over at the roller coaster lot, that mech gnome, and the gnome of the Darned as well. That gnome of the Darned is the reason there's so many ghosts on the lot. Well, that is the end of the video now today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So thank you for watching. Happy simming, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.